Level 1. Recruit. You are 18 years old. Maybe 17 with a parent's signature. You step off a bus at 2 in the morning at Paris Island, South Carolina, or San Diego, California. The air smells different here. It doesn't smell like home. It smells like fear. Before your feet fully hit the ground, a drill instructor is already in your face, screaming, inches away. You can feel the heat of his breath. You cannot move. You cannot speak. You cannot think. This is day 1 of Marine Corps boot camp, and it is intentional. Everything they do to you here is intentional. They take your name. They take your clothes. They shave your head. They strip away every piece of the person you were before you walked through that door. Because to build a Marine, they first have to destroy the civilian. Your days begin at 04:30. That's 4:30 in the morning. You run, you drill, you crawl through mud, you do push-ups until your arms shake and your vision blurs. You are screamed at for folding a shirt wrong. Screamed at for looking in the wrong direction. Screamed at simply because a drill instructor decided it was time to scream. And here's the thing, nobody tells you before you sign the papers. The hardest part isn't the physical pain. It's the mental game. Week 3 hits. They call it the Crucible. 54 hours. No sleep. Limited food. Constant movement. Constant pressure. You are carrying your rifle, your gear, your exhaustion, and every doubt you have ever had about yourself, all at the same time. There is a moment. A quiet, terrible moment where you think about quitting, and that moment, that exact moment, is why they put you here. Because the Marine Corps doesn't need you at your best. It needs to know what you look like at your worst. You make it through. You earn the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. Someone pins it to your chest. Your drill instructor, the man who made your life miserable for 13 weeks, looks you in the eye and says 2 words. Well done. You're not a recruit anymore. You are a United States Marine. Level 2, Lance Corporal. You are 19, maybe 20. You have survived boot camp, and now you are at your first duty station. You expected respect. You expected to feel like a warrior. Instead, you are mopping floors. Welcome to the fleet. Lance Corporal is the most common rank in the entire Marine Corps. Everybody has been one, and everybody who has been one remembers how humbling it is. You are at the bottom of the operational food chain. Your corporal gives you orders. Your sergeant checks your work. Your staff sergeant looks at you like you are one mistake away from extra duty. Your daily life is a combination of physical training at sunrise, routine maintenance, weapons qualification, and doing whatever nobody else wants to do. You are sent on your first deployment. Maybe it's a ship. Maybe it's a forward operating base, somewhere hot, somewhere dry, somewhere that doesn't look anything like the America you grew up in. You see things. Some of them you will never talk about. Some of them will come back to you years later in the middle of the night. But you are also building something. You are learning. You are watching how the veterans around you carry themselves, how they move under pressure, how they speak, how they lead. You are not leading yet, but you are paying attention. That matters more than you know. Level 3, Corporal. You are 21, maybe 22. You have now been promoted to the first non-commissioned officer rank in the Marine Corps. And everything changes. Now, there are younger Marines looking at you. Now, when something goes wrong in your fire team, it is your problem. Not your sergeant's. Yours. You are responsible for 3 to 4 Marines. Their performance, their discipline, their welfare, their lives in a combat situation. That last part doesn't fully hit you until it becomes real. As a corporal in a deployed environment, you are making split-second decisions. You are the one on the ground. Your sergeant might be 50 meters behind you. Your lieutenant might be 200 meters away. But right now, in this alley, in this village, in this exact moment, you are the one calling the shots. That is terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. You make mistakes, everyone does, but now your mistakes have consequences for people other than yourself. Your mindset begins to shift. You stop thinking about yourself first. You start thinking about your team first. This is the beginning of real Marine leadership. Level 4. Sergeant, you are 24, maybe 26. There's a famous saying in the Marine Corps. Sergeants are the backbone of the Corps. Not a slogan. Not a motivational poster. A fact. As a sergeant, you lead a squad. Up to 13 Marines. You know every single one of them. You know who struggles with physical fitness. You know who has a family back home that's falling apart. You know who is your best shooter and who tends to freeze under pressure. You are a warrior. But now, you are also a counselor, a motivator, a problem solver, a disciplinarian. All at the same time. Your days are longer now. You are the first one at the office and the last one to leave. When your Marines fail an inspection, you don't blame them in front of your lieutenant. You take the hit, you fix it internally. On deployment, the pressure multiplies. You are planning patrols. You are briefing your squad. You are reading terrain, reading people, reading situations, all simultaneously. There is a deployment. There is a firefight. One of your Marines goes down, not dead, but down. You get him out. You get everyone out. Back at the base, in the quiet of the night, you sit alone and replay every decision you made that day. Every second. You ask yourself, if you could have done better. This is the weight that sergeants carry. They carry it silently. They carry it proudly. Level 5. Staff NCO, Staff Sergeant. You are in your late 20s, possibly early 30s. You have been in long enough to remember what it felt like to be a brand new private. And that memory is exactly what makes you so effective now. At Staff Sergeant and Gunnery Sergeant, you are no longer just a leader of Marines. You are an institutional force. You are the person that lieutenants quietly depend on to actually understand what's happening on the ground. You are the person that young NCOs come to when they don't want to look weak in front of officers. You are the bridge between the senior leadership and the ground level. Your Gunnery Sergeant title carries a weight that goes beyond the rank itself. Marines don't call you Staff Sergeant in casual conversation. They say, Gunny. And when they say it, there is respect baked into every syllable. You have multiple deployments behind you now. You have seen the cost of war up close. You have written letters home for families. You have attended memorial ceremonies for men you trained, men you called brothers. You carry grief, but you don't let it paralyze you, because the Marines in front of you still need you present, still need you sharp. Your mindset is no longer tactical in the small sense. You are thinking operationally now. You are thinking about the unit as a whole. You are thinking 3 steps ahead. This is where the great Marine leaders are forged. Level 6, First Sergeant. You are in your late 30s, maybe 40. You have given more than 15 years to this institution. As a First Sergeant of a company, you are the senior enlisted advisor to the commanding officer. Your job is the welfare of every enlisted Marine in that company, their professional development, their morale, their discipline. When a young Marine makes a serious mistake, a life-altering mistake, the commanding officer decides the regulation, but you decide the human response. You are the one who sits across from that 19-year-old and asks him what is really going on. And sometimes, what you find out breaks your heart. As Sergeant Major, you are advising generals. Your voice speaks for thousands of enlisted Marines who don't have direct access to the decision-making table. You have earned this voice. Every scar on your body, every deployment, every sleepless night, every sacrifice gave you the right to sit at that table and speak the truth, even when the truth is hard to hear. The weight of command is different here. It is quieter, more permanent, and far more consequential. Level 7. Company. Grade Officer. Let's go back to the moment you graduated from the Naval Academy or Officer Candidate School. You are 22 years old. You are a second lieutenant. And the very first day you walk into your platoon, your gunnery sergeant, a man who has been in the Marine Corps longer than you've been an adult, pulls you aside and says something you'll never forget. Sir, I will make you look good, but only if you listen. You are smart. You are educated. You are motivated. But you know nothing yet. As a lieutenant, your job is to absorb everything, to lead with energy while you learn from experience, to make decisions fast and own the consequences completely. As you become a captain, you command a company. 180 Marines, their families, their futures, their lives are connected to your decisions. There is a moment on deployment when you are forced to make a choice that has no perfect answer. Any option costs something. You make the call. You live with it. This is the price of leadership at the company level. It is not just professional, it is deeply personal. Level 8, Field Grade Officer. You are in your late 30s. You have traded the ground for the operations center, the rifle for the map, the platoon for the battalion. As a major and lieutenant colonel, you are now designing operations that will put hundreds of Marines in harm's way. You no longer pull a trigger, but every trigger pulled by every Marine under your command traces back to a decision you made. That is a weight that field-grade officers live with every single day. By the time you reach colonel, you command a regiment. Thousands of Marines. You are managing logistics, diplomacy, joint operations with other branches, and the political realities of modern military action, all simultaneously. You are also a mentor, a career architect for the officers below you. You are shaping the next generation of Marine leaders, whether you realize it or not. The Marine Corps has changed you profoundly. You entered as one person, you are now someone entirely different. More disciplined, more patient, more aware of the cost of every decision, but never less committed. Level 9. General Officer. Very few people make it here. Out of every 100 Marines who ever raised their right hand and took that oath, only a handful will ever wear a star. As a brigadier general, you are no longer managing. You are leading an entire institution. You are making decisions that will shape the Marine Corps for the next decade. As a major general, lieutenant general, or the commandant of the Marine Corps, the highest-ranking Marine officer in existence, your decisions are global. Your voice reaches the halls of the Pentagon, the Oval Office, the United Nations. And in quiet moments, the moments no one sees, you still think about that night on Paris Island, when you were 18 years old, shaking, exhausted, wondering if you were going to make it through week 1. You made it through week 1. You made it through everything, and looking down from this summit, you understand something that no rank below you can fully understand yet. Every single level of this journey was necessary. Every moment of pain, every sacrifice, every promotion, every failure that taught you something. A promotion never could. It was all necessary. Level 10, the cycle. It begins again. Tonight, a bus pulls up in the dark. Paris Island. 2 in the morning. A kid gets off. 18 years old. Maybe 17 with a parent's signature. He looks around, eyes wide, hands shaking slightly. He has no idea what is about to happen to him. He has no idea who he is about to become. A drill instructor steps forward, and the cycle begins again, because the Marine Corps is not a building. It is not a budget. It is not a weapon system. The Marine Corps is the people. Generation after generation. Rank after rank. Each one broken down, each one rebuilt, each one carrying the eagle, globe, and anchor forward. That kid on the bus tonight? That was you once. And somewhere, decades from now, there will be a kid on a bus looking just like you did, and he'll become exactly what you became, a United States Marine, the toughest, the most disciplined, the most feared, not because they were born that way, but because they chose to become that way. Most people will never know what this feels like. The weight of command, the silence after combat, the pride of a promotion earned in blood and sweat and sacrifice. Most people will never stand where you stood, but you did. From a terrified kid on a bus in the middle of the night to the top of the most elite military institution the world has ever known, you lived it. Every rank, every sacrifice, every single level, semper fidelis, always faithful.